Hello. What I want to talk to you about now is gum disease. And if you think I don't know anything about gum disease, have a look at this. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what can happen when you have gum disease. I'm going to tell you my story, and hopefully it'll stop you losing your teeth. Okay? So it's a short video, so I'll get on with it. My name's Joe Johnson, and I've been researching into natural remedies for 25 years. It's what I do for a living. Now, about 20 years ago, I had an accident and lost my two front teeth. So I went along to the dentist, and they said, well, I said, I don't want dentures. He said, well, we can build you a bridge, which basically means grinding back these teeth here and making a dental thing that made it look like I had teeth, and it was a bridge. It cost me, this was 20 years ago, and it cost me like £500. But it was worth it, and it lasted 20 years. But recently I had an accident again, and I went along to my local dentist, and he said, well, what, it looks like the roots of the teeth on the side are damaged. We're going to have to take them out, and you're going to have dentures. And I said, I don't want dentures. And he said, well, I can recommend that you see a dental surgeon, an oral surgeon, and do you some dental implants. I said, brilliant, right. So just the consultation cost me £300. So I go along to see the guy, and he was highly recommended, very highly recommended, very expensive. He did x-rays, he did an MRI scan, he did the lot. He sat me down and said, look, the roots are damaged, we're going to have to take the roots out, we're going to have to put a bone graft in, all the way across the top here, to thicken up your jaw. Then we're going to put a dental implant in there, and a dental implant in there. Then we're going to sew it all back up again. Then you're going to wear your dentures for 3 months, like now. And then he said, we're going to screw you a bridge back into them dental implants. It's going to cost £7,500. He said, but that's what it costs. I said, okay, let's do it. So the appointment was for on the Friday. Now he said, before you come, I want you to take 3 gram sachet, he gave me a prescription, 3 grams of antibiotics. So I took 3 grams of antibiotics, went along. He gave me local anaesthetic, he offered me sedation. I said no. If I had that decision again, I would probably say yes, because it was quite a traumatic thing. But anyway, back to gum disease. So what he did was, he literally cut open my gums, all the way across the top, 20 odd stitches in there. He put the bone graft in, he put the dental implants in, he stretched the gum back over the bone graft, and stitched it all back up again. And then he gave me this denture, put it back in, and sent me home with a prescription for 7 days of a 500 milligram of amoxicillin 3 times a day for 7 days, and 400 milligram of metronidazole. 2 lots of antibiotics to guarantee that I don't get any gum infection or gum disease. Now, as I say, I'm into natural remedies. I didn't want these antibiotics, but by the same token, I didn't want this gum surgery to fail, or to me to get an infection, or even die from infection. I didn't want that. So I followed the specialist advice. Now, here's what I looked like the following day after the surgery. So you can see I was quite swollen. I felt like crap. My gums were swollen. I just couldn't eat properly, I couldn't drink properly, I was lying in bed, I was in so much pain, I felt so sick. There was tastes of pus coming out from where the stitches were, there was bleeding coming out from where everything was. So the original dentist, who is a friend of mine, who recommended me I see this consultant, he's a local to me. I got him to come round and have a look at me. He said, it's all inflamed, just leave it for a few days, allow the antibiotics to kick in. I couldn't eat properly. And this is the other thing. I couldn't wear the dentures either, because the gums were so sore and inflamed and like raw liver. I couldn't put that on top because it just hurt too much. So I had to stay at home. I'm only showing you my gums in public now because I've got a really good, successful story to share with you. Anyway, after 7 days, I was still lying in bed, still feeling crap. I'd had all kinds of painkillers, I'd had ibuprofen. He gave me a box of tramadol because I told him I couldn't sleep and I was in pain. They knocked me for 6, they were no good. I tried these gels, mouthwashes. I was trying to anaesthetise myself with all these kinds of products. I tried all kinds and none of it was working. My gums were in agony. Anyway, I came to the end of the 7 days and I thought, what am I going to do? And I thought, right, I'm going to do what I've always done in the past. I've always used natural remedies, always. 22 years ago, I came up with a product for gum disease. And by gum disease, I mean anybody who is suffering from bleeding gums, receding gums, spongy gums, infected gums. You know what it's like. Stinking, rotten taste in your mouth, bad breath. Basically, what's happening is, there's the tooth, there's the hole. Once the germs start to breed in your gums, you're going to lose your teeth. And I came up with a remedy to prevent that from happening. One that'll reduce the inflammation, that'll kill the bacteria and germs off that are in the socket and help promote healthy gums again. Now that product was called Gum Doctor. Now I've not used Gum Doctor for 15 years. Yes, I've helped many of my clients with it. But I've not used it, I've not needed to. Apart from the odd case of bleeding gums, I've not needed to. This is what happened. I was sat just out, there's a chair, an armchair there, and I was sat in that one night. I still had no dentures in because my gums were too sore. And I just did this. You see that? And I massaged a few drops onto the stitches, a few drops onto the swollen bloody gums. And then I just sat there. I mean, right at that time, I couldn't even touch the gums without them hurting. And I put a bit more on. And 5 minutes later, well, less than 5 minutes, I thought, am I imagining this? But the inflammation, the fire in the gums, the pain started to go down. So I put some more on, and I just started to think, this might work. I put some more on at bedtime, and in the morning I got up and I knew it was over. I had breakfast for the first time since before the operation. I could start to eat what I want. I put my dentures in for a start. 2 days later I could glue the dentures in because there was nothing wrong with the gums. The gums had healed. The bad taste had gone. The pus had gone. The bleeding had stopped. Now within 2 weeks, look, them gums are solid. Solid. My dentist, the same guy that gave me all these painkillers and gum shields and mouthwashes, he came and had a look at it. He now gives this Gum Doctor to all his clients. It just stops. It reduces gum disease. I'm not saying it's the answer to all your problems, but I'm saying if you've got bleeding gums, spongy gums, receding gums, if you've had any form of dental implants or oral surgery, buy this stuff before you have any dental surgery. Because once you've had the trauma of dental surgery, this stuff helps your body to start healing as fast as possible. If you've already got gum disease and you're already suffering, your gums are shrinking and your teeth might fall out, get this stuff in, down the side of the gaps between your teeth and your gums, get it in as soon as possible. And that's it. It's a fantastic story and I wanted to tell you. And I wanted to tell you so much, that's why I can sit in public with my teeth out. So now, anyway, back to this story. These gums are healthy now. They're solid. The bone graft, which has been put in, has been checked. The bone graft is doing really well. The implants are growing really well. The gums are healthy. Everything's fine. And in 2 months, I'm going to have the dental bridge put in. No more dentures. That's it. And the rest of my gums are healthy, because I'm making sure I use this stuff regularly now. So from my heart, if you're going to have anything done with your mouth from a surgery point of view or dental implants point of view, if you've got gum disease, any form of gum disease, get the gum doctor. And this isn't about money. If this stuff doesn't work for you, just send it back. You can have every single penny back. It's about making a difference to your life. And I want to do that. That's why I can sit in public with no teeth in, because it's more important for me that your gums are right. It's more important that you save your teeth. And that's Gum Doctor. And it worked for me. And it'll work for you. Alright, so click the link below the video. It'll take you to a website. Might not be the best website in the world, but it certainly is the best gum product in the world for gum disease. Bye for now.